Hi, welcome back. I'm going to go over the Phoenix market. We're going to start in January and see what's been happening with the COVID pause up until now. I'm going to start out with this chart from the Cromford report. It shows our supply index versus our demand index, and it goes clear back to 2001. And the interesting thing about this one is people are talking about a bubble or a crash or the market's out of control, which is true, but the difference here, if you look at the red line, that's our supply, versus our demand is the green line. We're not in that situation. We're totally opposite of that situation. If you see 2006, 7, 8, 9, you can see what's happening to our market. We have all this extra supply and no demand for it. So that's where you can see the results of the crash after that and the recovery. So here we are totally opposite. If you go to the 2020, we're looking at the green line is above, which is demand, which means our demand is higher than our supply. So here we're in a market of trying to find a house that you can buy and not get outbid by the next guy. It's so competitive right now. Every listing has 6 to 12 offers on it, and within the first day or week, and it makes it really hard to buy a house. So we just really need listings. So if you have a house to sell, get it on the market. We need you. So this next chart shows since January how we started out. We started out really good. We were climbing. Everything was great. It was actually kind of crazy. We had multiple offers. We had over asking price. It was really hard to buy a house. There was a shortage of listings. Buyers were just competing with the best offers to try to win the bid, so to speak. And then COVID hit and everything came to a pause. There's a huge drop down, as you can see, in March clear down to May. We just kind of plummeted, and that was when people didn't know if they were going to keep their jobs, so they weren't able to just go out and buy a house. They didn't want to list their house. They didn't know if they were keeping their jobs. They didn't want people bringing viruses into their house. It's just such an unknown time. It just paused everything. But interestingly enough, it still was a strong market. There were still people out there buying and selling. And that was the time, if you needed a house, that was your chance to get a house, because at that time you only had 1 or 2 people competing for the same house versus what it was before that. And unfortunately, what it is now. So come May, things just took off again. People started putting their houses on the markets. Buyers started buying. And now we're, you can see we're way above where we were at our peak in March. So it's back to multiple offers over asking price, competing to win the bid to get the home. It's just out of control again. But like I said, the difference here versus the years of the crash is the demand is there. We need houses. People want to buy houses. The supply is so low, we don't have enough houses out there on the market. So if you're wanting to list your house, but you don't know if this is a good time, this is a good time. You're going to get every single penny out of your house. So you don't have to worry about that. And if you're wondering if it's a good time to buy, absolutely, because interest rates are all-time low. I don't think they can get much lower than they already are. So, and with the demand on the housing market, that's just going to continue to drive the prices up because there's such a demand there. So if you buy this year compared to next year, you're going to get more house than you can afford next year, because the interest rates are going to help you so much with the low interest rates. And then next year, that same house you want is going to cost more. The trick is being able to get that house amongst the other 6 to 12 people putting offers in on that house. So I had a client bidding for a house. We offered $8,000 over the asking price, and by the skin of our teeth, we got it, and we were just thrilled about that. But here's the deal: so the appraisal comes in, and it is $8,000 under what we offered. So back to negotiating, and you think, oh, that's great, we'll just get it for $8,000 less. But no, because you have the agent on the other side saying, you know what, I still have 6 other people that wanted that house, so I'm going to give them a call and see what they're willing to offer me if you don't come up with the offer that the buyer is happy with. So then you're like, okay, we're not gonna give them $8,000 over the appraised price. What's the number though? Is it 2,000 over? Is it 4,000 over? How do you know? So my buyers wanted this place so bad, so they went with 4,000 over, and it was agreed upon. Yay! And they were so happy, and I'm happy to tell you they could not be more thrilled. They love the house, they love where they are, so that is a happy story. But they all don't end that way. But just to say, once you get the bid, it's not over till it's over. Still got more negotiating that could go down the road. So this next chart is kind of fun. This is contract ratios. So you're wondering, okay, is it just certain areas in Phoenix that have a hot market? Is it the east side, the west side? Where is it? Well, this chart is great. It shows you it's pretty much everywhere. It goes with how many contracts are in a zip code over how many, compared to how many listings are available. So this goes with, you got cold, which is the blue, which is hardly any, warm, which is the green, which is Scottsdale, and then it starts with hot, the light tan, hotter, frenzy, the oranges, and then insanity is the dark grays. So this, what this means is anything, okay, frenzy is the first rust color, and that means there's more under contract than homes available. And then it goes up from 2 times the amount up to 24 times more contracts than homes available. So what this means is, man, if you get a house under contract, congratulations. That's a tough thing to do. That's what I have for today. So all of this to say, even though we had that pause, we are back stronger than we were before the COVID hit. So now is the time you're thinking your houses are going to drop or something's going to change. It doesn't look like it, as you can see from the charts. It's prices are just being driven higher due to the demand because we don't have enough houses available. And then if you're wanting to sell, you're going to get every penny out of it. We really need listings. So now's the time. You'll get a wonderful offer, and you can get on to your dream home if you're not living in your dream home, because the interest rates are so low right now. Now's the time to make that change if you're even thinking about it. So that's what I got here. So now it's time for a little Arizona fun in the sun. So I'll see you in a minute.